Get off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, number one talk in the IE. Thank you very much. And streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Streaker, Spreaker, and more. Why so many places? Well, I would like to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So I want to balance out all the bad news out there with some good news, good people, good topics, and today is absolutely no exception. You will recognize this beautiful man inside and out as my other big brother. His name is Brother Ishmael Tetteh. He's a renowned African Indigenous spiritual leader and mystic whose international presence and message of world peace for over 40 years has empowered thousands from Africa to Europe and to the United States. I got this from your website. It's over 50 years now. I just realized, right? Mm-hmm. Former founder and CEO of the third largest computer company in Ghana, and now leader of one of Ghana's most forward-thinking spiritual organizations. Please welcome to my studio, my other big brother, Bro Ishmael Tetteh. Welcome back. It's I think this is your third or fourth visit live in studio today. And I'm so delighted. Always, I met you 15 years ago and it has gone by very, very quickly. And we were back in the green room, and I just appreciate so much his words of congratulations, as I've got my 13th year coming up in 2 days, and asked me if I was aware of the impact that this show has had, this program has had, and I so appreciate. I do. I only know not all of it, but I receive the compliment for sure. And it's always good to see you here and have you here. And I can't wait. We have a full show hour for Brother Ishmael to talk about 3 different kinds of freedoms. But before we get into that, I don't know if I did this the last time you were here. I like to start every show with breakfast. So we're going to have breakfast with my guest. And what we do is take a bite of my gratitude sandwich. So top of the bun is things that we're grateful for outside of ourselves. And bottom of the bun, what we model for you before you go to bed tonight, so that you're not thinking about what you didn't do or what you did wrong or who done you wrong. I want you to do some weightlifting right now with myself and Brother Ishmael on what do you like about yourself? What are you grateful for about yourself? That way, you're not looking for love or likes in the wrong places, literally on social media, how many people like me, but you know at the core of who you are that you have some unique talents, gifts, and abilities. So that's why we have a bite of my gratitude sandwich. So if you would help me out, Brother Ishmael, this morning, I'll start with I am grateful that I get to have a cup of joy. I have an addiction to joy and an amazing cup of coffee every morning that tastes so good. So that's what I'm grateful for. What are you grateful for, Brother Ishmael?
I am grateful to life for breathing me this moment. I don't breathe, life breathes me. And I am grateful to life for downloading through me the wisdom and the ability to transform everybody's sad story into success story. And I am grateful to life for enabling me to bring teaching of peace and wholeness to humanity. And I am grateful to life for making it possible for me to be well dressed in this garment. I've never sewn a dress. It's always sewn for me. I'm grateful.
Beautiful. Did you notice what I have on? This is from
Yes.
Ghana.
Okay.
And every time I have an interview with you, I put on my Ghanese outfit. So this is, and we
How
matched.
sweet. How sweet.
Isn't that funny? We matched this
It's
morning
beautiful.
too. Yeah. I am grateful that I get to go to Africa again this year to celebrate Brother Ishmael Tetteh's 50, 50 anniversary of the ethereal mission. That I was there for the 35th anniversary. And I just told him yesterday when we were doing the tech check that I'd be coming. And I loved his response. He said, "Oh, that's so wonderful. It's like Christmas finding out." So I surprised him, and I'll be teaching the Tai Chi on the trip. And so, if any of you want to go to
Mhm.
Africa for an experience that you will not forget, it's part of our travel ministries with Joe Cada at the Agape International Spiritual Center. For more information, you can contact me or just go to agapelive.com and you'll get to travel to Africa to celebrate my other big brothers celebrating with Brother Ishmael Tetteh,
Mm.
Michael Bernard Beckwith. So it's going to be a trip to remember. It's over my birthday, Brother Ishmael. It'll be August 8th to the 18th or 19th,
Mm.
and my birthday's the 10th. So this is my
Okay.
birthday trip. So how's
Congratulations for your upcoming birthday, and congratulations for 2 days' time. You are 13 years with this program. Congratulations, my beloved.
Thank you so much, brother. Big brother. All right. That's it for breakfast. I think we covered that well. And now we are going to go to the topic of the day. What
Mhm.
is the topic of the day? And instead of my bell, I use this these days. Yes, really. We're going to have a beautiful topic that Brother Ishmael picked yesterday. 3 different kinds of freedom. So take it away.
Mhm. So, do I carry on?
Yes.
The 3 freedoms. When you experience the 3 freedoms, then you are truly liberated to be you. Many of us are just living the shadow life of our lives, but I invite you to step into your 3 freedoms. We practice meditation, mindfulness, prayer, and other rituals, and they are all very, very good. They enable us to touch who and what we are and to evolve to the next level of ourselves. But many people, the majority, probably 90% of more, do not experience any benefit from their prayers, meditations, rituals, mindfulness, and many are still struggling with life. And it's so interesting that what we need for us to experience fullness of joy are so simple. It's like we are giants, but we have been tied down by some little cotton threads, and we have accepted that we are in bondage when we are not. So let me speak of the 3 sacred freedom. Present trauma, or the trauma you go through now, is usually based on previous trauma. If you have experienced regret before, regret implies that You had the ability to do the right thing, but you did the wrong thing. Usually, that is the house of regret. So you need to ask you, what is it that compels a man, as though against his will, to do wrong when he had the ability to do the right thing? Sometimes even speaking truth is a challenge. Later on, you realize, oh, I should have said this. I should have gone this way, that way. Number 2, have you overreacted before? Many problems in the world are coming from overreaction. And overreaction simply means when you were dealt with 1 ton of issue, instead of maybe matching it with even 1 ton, you matched it with 101 tons. But you see, the moment you try to match somebody's wrong, you have become the worst evil. When you try to match somebody's wrong, you've allowed the person to manipulate you, reduce you to his or her level. It's always useful.
I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. And so I have someone messaging asking for examples. So I am going to be the person, I'm going to be your client right now. And so to bring these freedoms home, I want to speak first to your first freedom from past trauma. And if you were here, and I'm sure you were, or listened afterwards to my last interview, I got very personal with you and told you about my past trauma around the abuse that I had. I'm one of the 7 out of 10 who had childhood trauma. And so that regret or blame or shame is what you're addressing in the first kind of freedom from. And I wanted to highlight that because there's so many people walking around like really suffering from their past trauma. So I want to just highlight that for anyone and everyone. If you know someone who's in that category, please do share this right now so they can get firsthand live Brother Ishmael Tetteh's beautiful teaching. And normally this is, this is a private audience and you get to work with him. But today he's coming to you free. So I want you to really benefit from his teaching. And the second freedom is the overreaction. I've not heard that one before, but I was just talking to him before the show about another interview I just did before this about the scandal of this and that is the varsity scandal that, people trying to get into college, and how the overreaction from the press really hurt someone, an innocent person. So the overreaction, that's what example I wanted to give. And certainly with social media, we're all overreacting. That's why I don't watch the news. Is that accurate for the example of overreaction?
You've given right examples. However, today, if you are listening to me, get ready to be free. Because I'm not even talking about this alone. I want to go to the primary causes that make you even to overreact in the first place. Let's address the primary causes of the causes. When you are able to disable them, you do not know how deep you've been sleeping until you wake up. And you don't know what your potentials are until you are free to touch them and embrace them. So I will be going to the primary causes that make us to overreact in the first place. And if I will tell you, your struggles started from the very beginning. We were all born in struggle, with struggle, through struggle. Let me talk about the first freedom, what we call the primary shock. Each of us went through primary shock. By the way, I'm Brother Ishmael Tetteh. I'm a universal citizen. I come from Africa, and nature is my teacher. When we don't listen to nature, we don't hear what we should hear. We don't know what we should know, and we don't practice what we should. So we believe we are living, but we are not fully alive. So the primary shock was what you went through when you were born. The sperm and the ovum can survive for only 3 days. But when they fused in the womb, they lived for almost 300 days, meaning they have lived for 100 lifetimes. For a moment, imagine you in the womb. The fact that you don't have vivid recollection of the womb doesn't mean it did not happen. You know it happened. The fact that you cannot remember what you ate a year today doesn't mean you didn't eat a year today. It happened. And there are ways by which you can recall them. So you survive 100 lifetimes in the womb. Then suddenly you are pushed into a new world. We take it for granted. If you have lived your life, suddenly you find you in a strange land. Even what was touching your skin, you've never felt it before. You have to use abilities you've not thought of before to survive. Wow. Among other things, you're going to feel left out, abandoned, rejected, afraid, scared. You feel like you've been thrown out of orbit, lost, disconnected. You're going to feel all these. And for your infantile body, these are huge traumatic registration to your infantile body. But that process, according to nature, is necessary for you to be here. But we have not learned nature's intention for doing it that way. So we are raising even our children wrongly. We don't know how to raise our children from the primary shock. So all the overreactions, the fears, the worries, could they all not have started from the primary shock? All those negative emotions. So go back and watch even the life of a child. When you as an adult, you want to play with the child may run away. But when a child sees another child, though they are strangers, they hold hands and start playing. Can't you hear the voice of nature? The child is saying, these are the horrible giant aliens. We are the real beings. So they relate with one another. And we've never heard what the child is saying. Let me give you another example. Your son comes from the room wearing your shoes and haven't even put your lipstick on. What do? If the child is called John, you affirm John. Hey, John, look at you, so cute. See what you've done, John. When you did that, you destroyed the child. And many don't hear the voice of nature. When the child was in the womb, it was feeling the feeling of the one, receiving oxygen and nutrients passively from the one. Suddenly, it has come out. And it's asking itself, am I still one with the one? These are horrible, gigantic aliens. Am I still one with the one? Still, the child is living with the parents and will say, let me be like daddy. Then maybe I will be noticed. So the child goes in, paints his lips with a mama's lipstick, wears daddy's shoes. The child is saying, I want to be one with the one. And when you affirm the child, you are actually confirming to the child that, yes, when you are like somebody, that's when you belong. Take your life from that moment. We are always trying to be like somebody to fit in. So there are primary causes, the primary shock. Now, when you were born, even the air that rushed into your nostrils, when you've never used nostrils and breathed ever in your life for 100 lifetimes, the air that rushed into your nostrils will feel like huge invasion. The air that blows on your skin will feel like you are being scratched because you've never felt that before. People holding you will sound and feel alien to the cocoon you were in the womb for 100 lifetimes. So with all this, you can count the infinite number of traumatic pictures you have as a child. And if we don't know how to raise children to embrace that primary shock, because the primary shock is the necessary resistance for your greatness. The pain is a necessary resistance for your greatness. You know?
That's another, drop the mic. I remember the last interview, understanding that there is no waste in nature. So even the stuff that I didn't like, it was still part of the growth. And now this
Mhm.
second graduate level, I'll say, is that the struggle from the struggle is not a bad thing. It
No.
is just a normal thing. And so, if you're wondering what's going on in studio today, you'll see I am sitting again as a student of one of my teachers, Brother Ishmael Tetteh. He's devoted his life to the transformation of human consciousness through principles of nature from the ancient wisdom that was revealed to him. He developed tools and technologies that show us how to live harmonious lives filled with joy, purpose, and peace. And you are listening to us live on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah. Number one in the IE. Thank you very much. And streaming everywhere. I was just told I had to take a little quick station ID, but now continue. And I want to say hello to our cashew gallery. We have Rev D and Lee Wilford, and Lee is also affirming your message. If you saw in the chat, he stepped into a new wealth. So welcome to our chatters. If you're driving and listening on the AM side, please do not chat, but pull over when you get to where you are. Join me on my YouTube TV channel that houses all 1,379 podcast shows over the past 678 consecutive weeks. And
Mhm.
Brother Ishmael is here to help me celebrate this week 13 years on the air on camera. He is teaching us now about the 3 freedoms. Please continue.
So the first freedom is for us to embrace the primary shock and all it might have brought to you, which laid the foundation for all the traumatic pictures you having in life. So when you come out of the womb, everything will be strange to you. Have you felt abandoned in your life? Probably the root cause is there. When you live a life of I have been abandoned, think of the number of wrong things you will do, how it will interfere with your spiritual thinking, your social relationship thinking, how it will affect your psychological build up, how it will even affect your physical body, reduce your immune system, cause you disease and many other problems, how it will interfere with your thinking to bring solutions for money. So your whole life is a mess because probably just the feeling tone of I feel abandoned. When you listen to your life, there's always up to about 3 primary negative emotions that are running your life. And if you're in any of my workshops and I take you through each of them, you realize that their root cause is right there in the primary shock or in the 2 other freedoms we're going to talk about. So the primary shock alone holds a huge energy over you. You are living in the trauma. How can your meditations and prayers work when you are broadcasting, I'm abandoned, I'm afraid? How can they work? And these are core to your being now. They are part of the cellular memory of your body system. The universe matches your vibration. So what are you vibrating? You are vibrating all these frequencies of the primary shock. Isn't it about time you free yourself from them? So we don't have all the hours to ourselves. So I'll go to the second one. When I finish, I'll blend all for you to see how your life is affected and what you can do about it. Mhm. From the primary shock, if you will observe, you're also going to feel like, wow, this is my comfort zone. And now I've been pushed out of my comfort zone. Wow, I can't have what I want. I can't have what I want. Can't I enjoy this comfort zone? I've been here for 100 lifetimes. But there was an agreement of nature that the little chick agreed with. So it used its soft beaks to peck the rocky shell and to come out into the new horizon. When it did, it experienced a horizon zillions of times bigger than the horizon of the eggshell it was in. The same power gave you that alignment for you to break free. So before the primary shock, there was your primary power. Remember that. Before your primary shock, there was your primary power. Meaning, Every problem you have encountered, if you will be still and start experiencing your moments before the problem, you will realize that life was seeking to express something through you. The only way the light will break out the spectrum of its colors is by meeting the clouds. So the clouds are not enemy to the light. The clouds are the opportunities for the light to break through to showcase its spectrum of colors. Pain, problem, trauma are not your enemies. They are your opportunities to break through to showcase what God stuff, what life stuff you are made up of. So before the primary shock was your primary power. Remember that, because when I come to the summary and I'm sharing, we shall talk about the primary power. So with the primary shock, one of the dominant force was that I can no longer experience what I want to have, do, or be. This is huge. Then parenting also continued it with wrong programming. Check your life from childhood. Parents will always tell you, you can't do this. You can't have that. You can't play with that toy. Even as a little infant, maybe it doesn't happen here, but I've seen it in Africa a few times. A child playing with his or her own genitals. And parents will go into frenzies, smacking the child. Don't do that. As though it's wrong. You start feeling wrong for your own body. You put your fingers into your mouth, they come and remove it. And you start wondering, what is happening? You try a second time, they remove it. All these were laying a message into your psyche. You can't have what you want to have. You can't do what you want to do. You can't be what you want to be. This is enabling. And we've all grown with it. Psychologists say that in a day, sometimes children receive about 400 impressions of you can't do this. Because sometimes they say, no, you can't do this. If a child was jumping on the sofa, you don't need to say, no, you can't jump here. How about rather saying, hey, John, it would be nice if you rather sit. Change in language, that's all. But we receive the no, you can't do, no, you can't be. And when you all the way to adulthood, you can't be late to school. No, you can't be late coming home. No, you can't play with these children in the next house. No, you can't. In adulthood, your spouse or friend or partner will tell you, no, you can't stay this late in town. No, you can't talk to people who are not married. No, you can't.
That's a lot of no, you can't. And
You
no, you
can't. So anytime you receive no, it reinforces the second loss of freedom. And the second trauma is no, you can't have, do, or be. That's the mindset. You need to free yourself from that trauma of you can't have, do, or be. You cannot have, do, or be. This will enable you spiritually. You can't see God. Even they told you that. You can't. No, you go mad if you try to think this. No, you go mad if you ask such questions. No, you.
Yeah.
Sophia?
Yeah, I just had an aha that you can have even healthy, loving parents and still receive well-meaning, more mean than well sometimes, messages of you can't, because I can see a parent saying, no, you can't jump on that because I'm afraid that you're going to fall and hurt yourself. You can't, it's well-meaning, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still reinforcing the negativity around you cannot be, do, or have. Wow, that was a light that went on. I think Lee also had a light bulb go on. I just want to take a quick those of you who are wondering what's going on in studio today, I have a wonderful teacher who's talking about our freedoms and what we've lost in the normal growing up that we may not think about, but looking at some root causes that have taken our freedoms away from us. And we do have to take a very quick station ID for news, weather, and traffic on my NBC News Radio channel. Do not go away. We'll be back with some more teachings and understandings of how we're getting in our own way and how we can be very happy. So that I'm on my happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years with Brother Ishmael Tetteh. Don't go away. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Chuck Woolery used to say that's 2 minutes. Won't be that long, but we'll be right back after news, weather, traffic, and a word from our sponsor. Don't go away.
Well, she has been dubbed the Asian Oprah, and she just wants all of us to be happy.
Dr. Marissa, aka the Asian Oprah, says the most important thing you can choose is choosing to be happy.
You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa.
That's the idea for Dr. Marissa Pay's new book called 8 Ways to Be Happy.
Many of us say, I am my own worst critic. Nobody's harder on me than I am. And my response to that is, stop it! Why are you doing that to yourself? You have to be your biggest fan, because if you can't at the end of the day say, I did a good job, who is? We don't have to constantly be angry at the things that are wrong. Why don't we choose to be happy about things that are right? We have the choice. That's our muscle. And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 106.5, the station that leaves no listener behind, home to the Asian Oprah, number one talk in the IE. Thank you very much. And streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and of course my YouTube TV channel, which if you free subscribe and give me the finger, this one, not the other one, you'll get an alert every weekday morning when I'm on here in the morning show, bringing you topics and guests and special series like Tuesday Talent to bring you ways in which you can have 88% happiness in your life. And I'm delighted to have back in my studio live my other big brother, Ishmael Tetteh, whose teachings are transforming lives globally as author of over 30 books for personal growth and spiritual development through multiple centers of spiritual empowerment. The Ethereum Mission in Accra, Ghana, celebrating 50 years this August. You will get a chance to travel with Agape International Spiritual Center, Reverend Dr. Bernard Beckwith, who's my other big brother, and the travel ministry with Joe Cada. We're signing up. It was going to go fast. There's limited spots. I will be teaching my balanced Tai Chi Gong as well for those on the trip. And we're talking about getting me involved in the celebration as well, because I just told them, use me while I'm there. Dr. Ishmael's work is expanded to the UK. In the United States, it's called Conscious Humanity. He's appeared in films like Ghetto Physics and Three Magic Words, and he's featured weekly on Ghana's Crystal TV. He also believes, and this is why I really wanted him on this time, that we can achieve world peace if we change the way we're raising our children without fear, anger, worry, doubt, and all of that. And you're hearing that now when Brother Ishmael is giving us maybe unintentional ways that parents get in the way of a child's ability to feel at peace and have some joy in their lives. Please welcome back to the studio, Brother Ishmael Tetteh.
And thank you very much. So, like you said before we left, parents might be well intentioned, but because they have not heard the voice of nature, they did not know what they were saying to the children when they told them no. No, you can't pick that fire. It's red, beautiful, flaming. Why mustn't I go and pick it and play with it? Of course, a parent will come in to stop you. And from good intention, but they were all reinforcing you can't have what you want to have, do or be. You can't see God. You can't have right relationship. You can't enjoy yourself. You think life is about play? You can't enjoy yourself. Think of the many no, you cannot, you have heard. And when you see parents and children at any time, just observe them. And you can pick a lot of the no's. A woman came to me in my consulting room in Ghana last year, and late last year. She just came to thank me for having been a blessing in her life. She's now married with 3 kids, so she brought the kids. And in the matter of the 15, 20 minutes she was with me, the several, no. I said, wow, how can I teach her all this? She meant well, but that's what we've been doing. So there's a huge broadcast. When your soul is broadcasting, no, I cannot have what I want. How can your meditations, prayers, rituals, mindfulness, how can they work? Your core broadcast is, I cannot have what I want. And there are techniques for you to step into those childhood days and remove those roots. Then you begin to vibrate right. If you want to disenable the tree, cut it from the roots. If you cut it from the trunk, it may regrow. We are in Africa. So the third prison or the caging we find ourselves in is what we call the life identities. The life identities code. What is your identity? Who and what are you? When you were born, you were given a name to identify you. It makes it easy for us to be creative, because I can call you Dr. Marissa and I can call Dr. Michael, and these are all individuals with unique gifts for us to do something unique. So it's good for us to have a name to identify us. But now, what is your name? How many other names have you put on? When you were playing with the children and they praise that child for dancing well or playing the game well, you want to be like that child. So you changed your name. And you've taken on so many other names from that time. You have a name from your religion. I'm a Christian. It gives you a sense of a title, an identity. As for me, I'm a Christian. So everybody non-Christian is different buckets. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Hindu. When you see ladies talking and they start waving their fingers this way, they want you to see their wedding ring. I'm married. Becomes an identity. So I'm a married woman is an identity. And that also has its own problem. It's as though by marriage you are whole, and those who are not married are not whole. I am a Caucasian. I'm a black. These are all identities that have given us a sense of titles. And titles have a way of making you feel entitled and eventually bury you under the weight of the entitlements. When you pass by as bishop and they don't stand up for you, you may be very angry. So battle inside you. Many of the battles inside us is because we feel disrespected. We feel our identity had been ignored, belittled, rejected, not acknowledged, or spited upon. From personal identities to family, group, all the way to national, international wars, they are coming primarily from loss of identity, a disrespect of one's identity. Russia may feel like, oh, the Western powers are disrespecting us, so we are going to war. Identity. is a huge problem. We have career identities. I'm an engineer. That gives you a sense of being. I'm a medical doctor. That gives you a sense of being. But is that what you really are? In the plethora of your identities, the soul is lost as to who and what you are. Who are you? But there's a way to connect with your core identity, which has nothing to do with any of these identities. When your core identity defines and describes you, you are always in power and in your happiness. If not, you're always trying to fit in. You're always changing, transforming your identities to others to feel whether you'll be accepted or not accepted. So these are the three primary cages you find yourself in. The primary shock, the life identities, and then you cannot have what you want. Imagine when you can free yourself from all of these, what would your life be? Now you can think the thoughts you want to think, feel what you want to feel, because most times your thoughts are not yours. Your feelings are not yours. You are just used to other people's ideas of you. I'm a black, so I'm being marginalized. Yes, somebody may be marginalizing you, but what do you know you as? When I take you, let me give you the technique here. Let me give you the technique.
Yeah.
It's a simple experiment. So if you are a medical doctor, simply say, I am a medical doctor. And say it a few times till you feel you a medical doctor.
I am. I was going to do it. Can I do it with you?
Yes, do yours. I am what?
All right. I am an organizational psychologist. I'm an organizational psychologist. I'm an organizational psychologist.
Restate.
So I said it 3 times.
Yes, be beautiful. Now pause. Now, I want you to add the statement, I am source power organizational psychologist. And feel the source where you came from. The powerful, purposeful, spontaneous, creative, love, intelligent source that you came from. The source that became the Big Bang, that made the universes possible. Universes containing galactic systems with huge intergalactic spaces. Galaxies that contain starry systems with huge interstarry spaces. Stars that contain planetary systems with huge interplanetary spaces, one of which is the Earth. Feel what you have come from. And now I want you to read the statement, I am source power organizational psychologist. Can I hear that?
I am source power organizational psychologist.
Restate.
I am source power organizational psychologist.
This second one and the first one, which one gives you your power?
The first one. I mean, the second one.
The second one.
The source power, yes.
Good.
Yes.
So when I take you through the program in my workshops, and I enable you to really know what the source power means to your soul's soul, and you make that statement as your identity every morning, connecting to source power by the technique of 777 that we will share with you, you will now come home to you and erase your identities. The identities are not wrong, but they are defining you. You should not be defined by a medical doctor, organizational psychologist. When you say I'm source power organizational psychologist, it connects you to the source that has made your life possible. And you begin to download more from the source through you. You are an amazing person. So that's only for the life identities. And we'll share with you all the techniques and the tools for you to gather yourself from your numerous identities. So you come home to you. Life is simple. We have made it too complex. This is my current book, The Break Free.
31st.
Number 34. Number 34. Yes.
A prolific source
unfortunately,
of inspiration.
Unfortunately, during this tour, I'm doing workshops only in 2 places, Pasadena and then in Oakland. If somebody is interested, I'm only in 2 places in this tour.
So for those of you who are as fascinated as I always am by Brother Ishmael Tetteh's teachings. He is in the States right now. He usually comes on the show when he's here so that I can share his teachings with you, as well as invite you to do a one-on-one, face-to-face small group. He has 2 workshops right now, one in Pasadena and one in Oakland. So I'm going to pull up his information now so that you can sign up. Please take advantage of him while he's in the US. And then join me in August for my birthday trip back to Ghana, which actually means with God, which I love that the meaning of Ghana is with God. And join us for the 50th anniversary of the Ethereum mission. That is who I am talking to, who is in studio today. He has been talking about the way we are in cages, self-imposed and well-meaning cages given by the messages that we've gotten from our primary raisers, or people who were well-meaning, more mean than well, in how they put this cage around us that we continue to think that we live in. But using these principles from nature that Brother Ishmael has spent a lifetime downloading, understanding, and now teaching to help us live in a way that we can be, do, and have anything that we want. So that is what we're doing today in studio. Thank you so much for my cashew gallery, my version of my peanut gallery. You are wonderfully involved and participating. Lee is learning about himself, and we have some span on there. We won't put that up, but thanks for joining us. We're continuing to talk to Brother Ishmael Tetteh. For those of you who've never heard him, where have you been? He is from Africa, and he is teaching us what we may have forgotten, but we were born with, from nature. Brother Ishmael, I have to raise the funniest thing. The very 2 times in my life have I will never forget your influence. The first time was when you said, we all think we're so important, and we are like a drop of water in the giant oceans, and how many oceans are in the world, and how many worlds in the planet. And so really, how important are you? And I was just like, that was one of my favorite things that you've said. And then the second one was, you did a workshop at Agape on abundance and prosperity. And you walked in the room, and I tell this story all the time, even when you're not here. And there were about 50 of us taking this workshop, and you said, how many of you love money? And we're looking around, we're all spiritual, the next group of global thought leaders, we're all there for up leveling. And 3 of us out of like 50 were like, I love money. And you said, well, if you don't love money, then why would money come to you?
Correct.
I will never forget that. So from that point on, I'm like, I love money. And I will joke that I am the most materialistic spiritual person you will ever meet. So know that is your special influence on me. But yes, so you want to summarize? We're coming up on the last 8 minutes for the show, and thank you so much. Before you summarize, I've given this to you before, but for all that you do, I want to award you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award. Thank you so much for continuing in your life to really help us. You are a benefit. Thank you.
Thank you. We all said it at the same time. Thank you. Divine synchronicity.
Absolutely.
So, do I continue?
Yes.
Right. So in these last 8 minutes, can I probably give you some tools that you can start using? In the unlikely event you're not able to come to any of my workshops, I don't want you to go say, oh, now I've found the problem, but what ways do I have the solution? I've shared one solution with you where you simply start your day by mentioning your true identity. I'm source power, and then add your name. I'm source power, brother, Dr. Ishmael Tetteh. Call your name and feel you meditating on source power, where you've come from. What you have come from is what describes you, nothing else. So your identity is not by your profession, your race, your creed, your culture, the friends and status that you have. Your true identity is that you came from your parents, who came from their parents, all the way to the first parents, who came from the elements of fire, water, earth, and air that constitutes life on the planet. Then feel you going all the way to this life on the planet, to the solar system, Milky Way galaxy, then to the source power. Whatever has made life possible, of which I have come from, is my identity. Take that in breath to that source and pronounce your full name. I am source power. Brother Dr. Ishmael Tetteh. Pause and feel what the infinite is seeking to do and be through you. And you will soon neutralize your other identities. In the workshops, people go to workshop and all they finish, they just put everything aside. We're doing the workshop in a way that by the time you leave, you are transformed right there. So you don't take my material and lay them on your table. And then when we come to, you cannot have what you want to have. Right now, if you're above 18, your psyche is afraid of its greatness. So it cannot work with, I'm rich, I'm healthy. It's afraid of anything because all your psyche knows at the core, your core broadcast is, I cannot have what I want to have. I cannot do what I want to do. And I cannot be what I want to be. So though you are meditating and praying, the core broadcasting is going, and the universe matches your vibration. So you are broadcasting, I can't. Universe says you can't. And right now, that has been your identity for so long that saying I'm rich is challenging. How about changing it and saying, I am willing to be rich, healthy, and wealthy. I'm available to be rich, healthy, and wealthy. Use such language, because then nothing inside will want to challenge it. You are willing. So feel that you are willing, you are available, you are ready to be rich, healthy, and wealthy. So that's a program you can start using. And ideally, in the program, will take you to your childhood days and so on. So you erase those programming you have put in your life, right? So with these two, I believe that you can start a journey towards your own recovery and be beyond 88% happy. When you see me, what do you see? Happiness in expression. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I've pulled up here, I hope you can see it, where you can get more information about his workshops that you can go to. I'm going to actually put this link into the Studio Cashew Gallery chat so that you can meet him where he will be. There's 2 different workshops that he's doing, one in Oakland, one in SoCal in Pasadena. Please don't miss his teachings. It's it looks like it's by Love Offering, which is even better. So there's no reason not to go and really learn from a master who is here to. He really, but does believe. I thought I was Pollyanna, but that there is a possibility of world peace if we can raise our children in a way that they don't get the messages that he's been talking about today, and that we have all 3 levels of freedom. Thank you, Brother Ishmael Tetteh. Do you have a final word for us? I always ask there's a final word.
Let's raise the wealth we believe is possible. It is possible to have inner peace in your wealth. World peace in our lifetime means that each of us will experience peace in our worlds. The world within you is bigger than the universe. If you can feel you whole and complete inside you, and I can feel, anyone can feel, by multiplication and addition, it has become world peace. So just check our details also on our website, conscioushumanity.com/events, conscioushumanity.com/events, and get the details of this workshop, because when I do this too, it will be under a year before I walk this way again. Thank you so much for listening and participating with me. We are together. With us, world peace is happening now. Peace.
Beautiful. Yep, that's it, folks. It's all about balance, and you know the drill. I do this because it is a way that I sign off, because it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live with Brother Ishmael Tetteh. And thank you, Lee, for being here. He's in the airport, actually, Brother Ishmael, coming back to California from Nashville. And we just love it that you can tune in to my show anywhere, anytime. Thanks so much for continuing to be part of my Happy 88 tribe. Yes. And to Brother Ishmael Tetteh, I send my love. Look forward very much to our trip to Africa again. If you'd like to visit Brother Ishmael Tetteh on his 50th anniversary of the Ethereal Mission and join my big brother, Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, and I, as we travel with Agape International Spiritual Center to Accra and to Ghana, then go to agapelive.com or email Jo Kata at msn.com. She's the head of the travel ministry there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you. That's right. This week, it's 678 consecutive weeks on the air, on camera, and 13 years. I will have Lucille Ball's daughter, Lucy Arnez, to celebrate, as well as Chris Wark, who is has fought cancer and won from a vegan diet, as well as Layla Ali, daughter of the great Muhammad Ali, who is also a lover of Agape and my big brother, and past guest and friend of mine as well. So lots of great guests and topics all month of May celebrating. Thanks again, Brother Ishmael Tetteh.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are amazing. Thank you so much.